Something feels different lately, and you might not be able to fully explain it, but you can sense it. It's in the way you think, the way you respond, and the way certain things no longer affect you the way they used to. It's subtle, almost quiet, but it is there. And it's telling you that something in your life is beginning to shift. You might be entering a new chapter. It doesn't always start with a big moment or a clear decision. Sometimes it begins with a feeling, a sense that you're outgrowing your current environment, your routines, or even certain parts of yourself. The things that once felt normal now feel slightly out of place, and the life you've been living doesn't quite fit you in the same way anymore. At first, that feeling can be confusing, because nothing around you has dramatically changed, yet internally, everything feels different. You might find yourself questioning your direction, wondering why your motivation has shifted, or why things that once mattered don't seem as important anymore. It can feel like you've lost something, but in reality, you're making space for something new. And that space is where transformation begins. Every new chapter requires an ending, even if it's not obvious. There are habits, mindsets, and attachments that can't come with you into this next phase, and part of this process is recognizing what no longer aligns with who you're becoming. That might mean letting go of certain expectations, stepping away from environments that no longer support your growth, or even redefining what success and fulfillment look like for you. And that's not always easy. Because endings, even necessary ones, can feel uncomfortable. There's a sense of uncertainty that comes with stepping into something new, especially when you don't have a clear picture of what that new chapter looks like yet. You're leaving behind what's familiar, and in return, you're stepping into the unknown. But the unknown is where growth happens. This is the space where you begin to redefine yourself, not based on who you've been, but based on who you're becoming. It's where you start making choices that reflect your current values, your current awareness, and your current direction, even if those choices feel unfamiliar at first. You may notice that your priorities are changing. What you focus on, what you tolerate, and what you invest your energy into all begin to shift. You become more intentional, more aware of what adds value to your life and what takes away from it. And with that awareness comes a natural desire to create a life that feels more aligned, more meaningful, and more authentic. This is how new chapters begin. Not with certainty, but with awareness. Not with a clear plan, but with a clear feeling that something needs to change. And as you lean into that feeling, things start to unfold. Opportunities that align with your growth begin to appear, even if they're small at first. New ideas, new perspectives, and new directions start to take shape, and slowly, what once felt uncertain begins to feel intentional. You start to see that this shift wasn't random. It was necessary. Because staying where you were would have meant staying the same, and you are no longer the same. This is why it's important not to rush this process. New chapters take time to form, and trying to force clarity too quickly can create unnecessary pressure. Instead, allow yourself to move through this transition with patience, trusting that each step, even the uncertain ones, is leading you somewhere meaningful. You don't need to have everything figured out right now. You just need to pay attention to what feels aligned and what doesn't. You need to listen to the subtle shifts within you, because they're guiding you towards something new, something that reflects your growth and your evolving sense of self. And as you continue to move forward, even in small ways, you'll start to feel more grounded in this new chapter. What once felt unfamiliar will begin to feel natural, and what once felt uncertain will begin to feel clear. Until one day, you'll look back and realize that this moment, this quiet shift, was the beginning of something important. The beginning of a new chapter that changed everything. So if you've been feeling different, if you've been sensing that something in your life is shifting, don't ignore it and don't try to force yourself to stay the same just because it feels comfortable. Growth requires change, and change often begins with a feeling before it becomes a reality. You might be entering a new chapter, and that's not something to fear. It is something to step into with awareness, intention, and trust. If this resonated with you, take a moment to reflect on what feels different in your life right now and what you might be outgrowing, because that awareness is the first step towards embracing what's next. And if you want more content like this, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay connected, because your next chapter might already be unfolding. You just need to recognize it.